Let me know if you see this and if this video is glitching for you, because I tried to make it last night. Anyways, I found some weird stuff in the Epstein file. We're all finding weird stuff in the Epstein file. I know that this ring is still in operation, and a lot of other survivors feel the same. People with these type of desires don't just stop wanting them. I would bet anything that there are still current parties going on where people in the know are passing out phone numbers for the new person. They're going to be somebody recognizable. Maybe not a celebrity, but in those deviant little circles, it's going to be somebody that they are comfortable and familiar with to do those type of transactions. So I figured, let's look into the money. People say, how did Epstein have this much money? Well, there are two men that are credited for providing 75% of Epstein's fee outcome. That was his technical job. He was paid to manage other people's money. The biggest name is Lex Wexner, which we know owns L Brands, Victoria's Secret, which puts him in close proximity to all these modeling agencies. This makes sense. Over 20 years, Epstein had power of attorney for Lex Wexner's entire estate, billions of dollars. Epstein could essentially act as him. And he's currently under investigation for a sexual abuse case. Lesser known of the two is Leon Black, who is the co-founder of Apollo Global. Funny enough, Apollo makes a lot of political donations. Between 2012 and 2017, and this was years after Epstein's convictions, Black paid Epstein $158 million for his service. Investigators have noted that this is an astronomical fee. $158 million for tax and planning services is ludicrous even by billionaire standards. Currently, like 2026, investigators are looking into how he used his art to move money for Epstein. Both Black and Wexner are the two men that basically kept him in operation. Who kept him running after his arrest? Well, that would be Arian D. Rothschild, who was an owner of a Swiss bank. They emailed, thousands of emails back and forth for years. This is all allegedly. I'll let you look at my notes. Jess fucking Staley, motherfucker, former CEO of Barclays and the top executive at JP Morgan. Court documents revealed that Staley was the one who went to JP Morgan and convinced them to keep Epstein as a client even after his conviction. They exchanged thousands of emails that were, quote, sexting. As of last week, we just found out that Jess Staley served as the executor of Epstein's estate until 2015, which was years after he had originally claimed money moving after Epstein's death. Jess Staley. This is playing out right now in the Senate Committee on Finance. Court documents are showing that the last time Trump was in office, JP Morgan reached out to them and was like, hey, we have $1.1 billion worth of transactions with Epstein's account that we think are suspicious, fraudulent, maybe related to human trafficking, and yeah, it got buried for whatever reason. Not only did they say that these transactions were fraudulent, but they brought up these names too and said, we think two presidents might be involved. The American public didn't need to see that. All right, and then we get to Glenn Dubin, who honestly needs to have his own deep dive. Like I said, way too many. We want to talk about the ring continuing to operate. Survivors say that him and his wife were heavily involved. Both of them have denied any type of wrongdoing or affiliation with, but I believe women and survivors because I am one. So I'm going to be doing much more research on next. Mark Middleton, because Mark Middleton was the key link between the politics world and the business and finance world. He is the one who facilitated Epstein going to the White House in the 90s no less than 17 fucking times. 17 times. And guess what happened to Mark Middleton? He took his life, apparently. He was found with an electrical cord, but then also shot with a shotgun in the chest. Interesting way to take your life, Mark, especially being a former Clinton aide who facilitated Epstein's visits to the White House. Just saying. The amount of people who took their own life that were directly related to this case is astounding. So maybe I'll make a follow-up part 2.